using formulas, substituting and solving. One of the ways that we most often use algebra, often without realizing that we are, is in solving formulas. So for example, speed equals distance over time is how we calculate the speed at which something is traveling. Area equals pi r squared is the formula for the area of a circle. If we know distance and time, we can find speed. If we know the radius of a circle, we can find its area. Now, speed and area, S and A, are the subjects of these formulas. Sometimes we'll have to find the subject of the formula. Sometimes we'll be given the subject and have to find one of the other variables. But as long as we're only missing one variable, we can always find that missing variable if we're given the others. So some questions here. Find the speed if a car travels 100 kilometers in half an hour. Now at the moment we'll usually give you the appropriate formula. Speed equals distance over time. And it's important always to write the formula. Write our formula to start with. Then we substitute in any values that we know. Now sometimes it's very useful to substitute the values and the units. If we don't have units or we don't feel like it, that's okay, we don't have to. I'll work this one out with putting our units in. Speed is distance over time, equal sign underneath. Distance was 100 kilometers. Time, now it was half an hour. Can't put in a half so easily. 0.5 hours. Do our division just of the numbers. 100 divided by 0.5 is 200. And that's right, isn't it? If I traveled 100 kilometers in half an hour, I'm going to travel 200 kilometers per hour. And here you see why it was useful to put the units in, because there's our units all ready for us. 200 kilometers per hour. That's speed. So after we've substituted the values, we calculate or solve. Getting messy here, sorry. Next question. Find S in the formula. S equals A divided by 1 minus R. If A is 3 and R is 0.4. We don't know what S, A, and R are going to, what they mean. It doesn't matter. Write the formula. Speed, or S equals A over 1 minus R. Substitute the values we know. We don't know S. We know A is 3. We know 1 minus R is 0.4. And we just use order of operations to solve that. That's 3 over 1 minus 0.4 is 0.6. Get our calculator out. 3 divided by 0.6 is 5. We don't know what S is or what it means, but we know it's 5. The next thing we can do is calculate a value that isn't the subject of the formula. And a really useful one is when we know how fast we're traveling and how long we've been traveling for, we could calculate the distance we've traveled. I'm sorry, this page has scribbles on it. I'm not sure why. So, if speed equals 110 kilometers per hour, and I've been traveling for 2.5 hours, find the distance. And again, we'll always give you the formula using speed equals distance over time. We still write the formula. Speed equals distance over time. We still substitute the values we know. 110 equals, we don't know distance, time is 2.5. I've left units out. Sometimes it's just easier. Now, this is an equation that we can solve. If we're feeling uncertain because the unknown's on the wrong side, we can always just flip it round before we do anything so we feel better about it. But it will work either way. Distance divided by 2.5 is 110. We just want the unknown on its own. We want to get rid of that divide by 2.5. So we times by 2.5 on both sides. So distance is 110 times 2.5. Grab your calculator and check. The distance is 275, and we check what units we were using. Kilometers per hour, so our distance is kilometers. If we'd left the units in, so we'd got 110 kilometers per hour equals distance divided by 2.5 hours, then when we multiplied, the hours would have cancelled out and would be left with a number in kilometers. Quite handy, but can get a little bit confusing, so you can always feel free to leave the units out until the end.